Good afternoon, I'm Scott. I'm from Monsterblockhk, and I will be the moderator of today's panel. And welcome to our session about AI and exchanges. So today we're looking at how leading exchanges are trying to, growing the entire industry, from boosting the reliability, visibility to, fostering the user experience. With the trading environment becoming more complex, AI, is no longer just a buzzword on the internet. It's no longer just a future trend that we see. It's actually helping us to grow the entire crypto trading environment. And honestly, I'm super stoked today to have joined such a great panel full of great leaders, from exchanges like Bitget, WEEX, and KuCoin. But before we jump into the first question, I'd like to invite each of our guests to introduce themselves and tell our audience about what they do. Should we start with Vugar?
Sure. It's my second time here, and I'm very happy to be back to Taipei. My name is Vugar. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Bitget. Today, we proudly serve 120 million users virtually from everywhere in the world. And with, I think, the Get Agent, the AI that we just launched, is very much, coming together with the topic of today's talk. And I'm very excited to discuss how AI and crypto is coming together.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andrew Weiner, COO of WEEX, former Vice President of Gloabl, and former EVP of the world's first RegTech solution for the crypto industry, iComply KYC.
Hey guys, my name is Tika. I'm the head of Global Institution BD for KuCoin Exchange. So I believe everyone knows KuCoin as well. We started in 2017. We are one of the most historical exchange in the world, and we have been serving more than 40 million users. Personally, I had the institutional division, so serving market makers, HFTs, brokers, and whatever VIP traders. So very happy to be here. It's also my first time here to TBW.
Thank you all. So let's begin with the panel with the first question. AI is being called the new intelligence layer, for exchanges. And from your perspective, what role will AI play in shaping the future of, crypto trading? And what advantages and, of course, challenges do you see in bringing AI into such a highly regulated and fast-paced environment? Maybe Andrew can kick this off?
Happy to kick this off for us. So what we're finding in the exchange side of the business is artificial intelligence has numerous applications that bring a lot of positive experiences for users, namely crunching data. With how many thousands of tokens that exist today, choosing what to study, compiling your research, making an educated decision as to what your strategy will be to trade that pair, this work becomes very effective when you have artificial intelligence helping you crunch the numbers and do the math. That's the primary use case we've seen across the affiliate network today, where people are studying their wins and their losses and trying to improve how they actually take their risk-based approach in markets like futures. Also see applications for AI on just the customer service side. So many new people have entered our industry in the last 6 months. We've seen a big change in the narrative of some of the largest markets out to the West. And in the West, there are hundreds of millions of potential consumers that are coming into this space a bit blind. They've been using brokers and financial advisors. They very rarely have traded on their own behalf as accredited investors and high net worth individuals. So AI will play a critical broker-like function in helping them make trades, helping them understand the products and services, what take profit is, what a stop loss is, et cetera. And those are two of the primary benefits I can think of right off the top of my head.
Regarding the newly on board users in the current recent 6 months, how would you say about AI, the way AI help these users start adapting to the crypto trading environment? This goes to Andrew.
Well, the newest users are looking for information, and they're trying to understand how to actually take the positions that will realize the strategies they're coming up with, whether that's longing, shorting, or holding for a long time. And through these different AI agents, one of them on the market right now is called Griffin AI, which has its token launch coming up very soon across multiple exchanges. They're able to feed it a lot of the information that they're compiling and taking and get some type of educated response that helps them improve whatever decision they're going to make when they enter that trade.
Sounds good. So Vugar, what's your take on this?
When it comes to actually the way we interact with AI, it's very different because, in my opinion, we usually talked about AI going to come after our jobs. But I believe that trading is one of the few jobs that AI will never fully replace because, yes, sometimes we all want to have this one big button that we can press and it can go make us money. But if everyone presses that button, then probably it's kind of not going to happen. What we decided to do at Bitget is that we were one of the first exchanges to implement AI, and our journey with AI started when we initially started using AI to prevent AI-related fraud because we understood human can't usually detect more of like a deep fakes, while another AI can easily detect AI. Second stop in our journey was AI bots, where we would be able to build this simple grid bots where the logic is simple. You have to buy low and sell high to generate a wealth for our clients. And with this test, we saw that, yes, people do want to rely on AI, especially when it comes less emotional trade. But today with Get Agent, we are actually helping our customers to do a more informed decision. And when I talk that we believe that still a human trader can beat an AI trader, that is definitely true. But one winner will be the human that is empowered by AI, but still human calls the shots, human makes the decision, while AI helps you to kind of make the most informed decision out there. If you go to, I don't know, today to X platform, you have to scroll through your top 20, 30 insiders who can give you information. Then you have to scroll the news and maybe watch the latest announcement by Fed, while AI can do it in a split second, and AI can also start trades. And lastly, institutions were using it for many years now with the high frequency and speed. I believe with the AI implementation, we can actually bring that speed to the retail user and user where instead of taking, I don't know, 2-3 minutes to set a trade, with the help of AI, a retail user, a human can also be able to conduct much frequent trades in a given shorter time, which will help us to make the better trade in a more informed way and in a faster speed.
So it seems that AI is playing a huge role in getting on board with the new users. Like, you know, the way AI exists really helps a lot with how users, you know, how the user behavior implement in the trading activities, right?
I think AI will help in every step, right? If you are a new user, you want to learn a lot. And this is more of like a conversation part where you want to understand how stop loss works and how to take out the trades, or maybe what is staking. While for more informed trader, you can actually use AI to make more complex decision making, where you can ask AI to go and check the order book depth or understand what is the, I don't know, more people putting stop loss at which point or enter market which point, how many orders are still pending there to be filled, and then you can understand where the market moves. And at the end, if you're like a superpower user, you can actually program the AI to replicate your logic and trade and build the trades similar to the decision making you already done in the past in process. Instead of going and doing the same logic again, then you will be able to perfection it and just do some tweaks to your bot. Therefore, the spectrum is super huge, depends what capability you want to use it. And I'll give you a simple example, right? You can ask ChatGPT to draft an email, you can ask ChatGPT to check for grammar, but you can also ask ChatGPT to do a deep research. It depends what kind of a capacity as a user you want the AI to help you.
Okay, true. So, Tika, what's your take on the way that AI plays a huge role in the trading environment, or specifically in KuCoin?
Yeah, I think actually like Vugar and Andrew did mention, like cover most of the parts already. Like we all know that the AI, how AI is a very super powerful tool that can help to enhance the overall user experience by having more interaction between the exchange side and also from the user side. I mean, like back in those days, exchange has been like developed, I mean, like deploying lots of capitals in building on infrastructure. So the order book, the matching engines, the APIs, and now with the help of AI, so actually it streamlines everything. So with the use of AI, so we can help, we're not just about like reducing costs, but we're also helping a lot of like users to enhance the overall experience when they interact with the exchange, when they do tradings with us, and then this is also a very important tool for exchange sites to enhance the, I will not just say the loyalty, but also the user behaviors of our users as well.
And I'd like to add something here because my colleagues brought up some great points. I think the industry as a whole today has a whole lot of noise. There's a lot of misinformation, bad information, hype. AI presents a true source of truth, a source of truth that's critical in crunching the data you're gathering. How do you even know the numbers you've compiled are real? I think that's kind of a sticking point that I've noticed on project listing side when we're talking about the performance of projects and how their volume's growing and how their community's growing. Something that people often overlook is they just look to influencers and affiliate partners for data that could all be nonsense. And through AI, you have an actual source of truth plugged in to a number of places like CoinMarketCap, et cetera, that can give you a clearer picture of what you're even considering. I mean, the industry needs more bulls and a lot less bull crap, and I think AI eliminates a tremendous amount of bull crap.
So here's one question for me. There's been a saying that some AI models, like the ones on ChatGPT, has been providing like illusion or misinformation, you know, when the users are trying to get the answers. So in terms of like this concern, what's your thoughts on this, like Andrew?
Well, we're early. So with any matrix, data in, data out, right? So as we continue to train and develop these models, as more people interact with these systems and tools, over time you will have something that is essentially foolproof. But it takes time to get there. If we're in the first 2 years or less of this particular development cycle, think about how long innovation takes in the sector. It's going to be a few more years before these are truly turnkey and I would say end-to-end foolproof in terms of their reliability. So feed it more good data, use as many AI tools as you can. It is something that requires participation. If people from the community, from the audience that actually trade are not engaging with these tools and interfaces, well, then the data is never coming.
But also, I believe AI is kind of replicating the human nature, right? As humans, we, I don't know, come up with conspiracy theories, and we also hallucinate data many times. And there was a very important case at Harvard. There was a professor who was actually studying about truthfulness and being trustworthiness. And actually, she was the one falsifying her data points. And she's been later eliminated from the academia. Therefore, I think the easiest way of making sure that AI doesn't hallucinate is asking them to prove or to give you the source, and then you have to judge. And I believe even with the most powerful AI, we always have to do our own research, and I think that is the key point in there, and that's why I think the ethics will be that even you have an AI, you shouldn't be trusting it to conduct all the trades on your behalf.
And I would say that that's a tool more so than a solution, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we are seeing that there are actually numerous of AI tools in the market. We are not just relying on one GPT. I mean, you see Google's recently, the Gemini, the image AI. I mean, they reimagine a lot of image. They do a lot of, there are lots of solutions. There are lots of like things that AI can do nowadays. So I do think that, I mean, it's true. Some of the AI might not be providing the accurate answers or accurate solution at this moment, but just like crypto, AI still is in this like infant stage. Like what are we talking about? Like 2 or 3 years time, right? I mean, like we didn't see such kind of like machine learning tools, so these MLM models coming out in just recent 2 years time. So I believe that like with the industry growing, we are seeing more development, more capital flowing into the sector. So definitely the issue I mean, we are going to see much more mature tools to be used in the future.
He brings up a great point. If I flash back in my memory 10 years ago when I was buying from ICOs, what a headache that process was. Just to get crypto was an anxiety-riddled, very unnerving experience a decade ago. But today, I could sign up, instantly access a market, through a couple of clicks, have something in my wallet. The time for development was significant, but now we have products we trust and rely on. And I think AI has a similar trajectory here, where sure, it might be a little convoluted, complex, or difficult today for some of these tools. But as time goes on, I think it'll have that same inflection point where it'll be as easy to use as it is today to access crypto.
Okay, these are really, really thoughtful insights. And to move our panel discussion from vision to a more practical level, how is your exchange using AI already? Like this could be from compliance, customer support, or even like improving the user experience. Like what kind of advantage or even challenges do you like see in making AI actually shaping the crypto environment? Let's start with Andrew again.
We have it deployed right now in a number of ways. The first is agents that help all the influencers in the network stay up to date with the information on Telegram, communications primarily. So whether it's a competition, a promotion, a special offer, an appearance, whatever it is they're trying to amplify the communications of through our agents, takes a lot of heavy lifting off the table for them to get it translated into multiple languages, because they are serving a very diverse demographic of consumers from over 150 countries worldwide. And that is like the primary practical use case of AI today. But there's also other use cases. As an exchange, we have compliance. With AI, we're able to reduce false positives when we run AML on a subject. Like, let's say you onboard John Smith. How many John Smiths are there in the world? How many times will the adverse media query on a John Smith or a Jose Gonzalez or some of these simpler names where you literally have tens of millions of instances of this in the real world? And AI can help you figure out through birth dates and geolocation and all sorts of other data that you come across during either the onboarding process or simply having that user engage with your services, that can help you figure out which John Smith is this. So I think right away, in terms of affiliates, in terms of compliance, even on customer support, questions that I don't want to have to pay a human being to be available 8 to 12 hours a day at a desk in multiple languages to answer very simple things. AI has provided us a very clean workflow to not only get you answers to questions, but if you have a real problem that you've identified during that process, to get you to a human being to deal with it.
Thank you. So Vugar, how's Bitget doing right now?
I already mentioned that we heavily use AI to prevent scams and for the security purposes. AI grid bots are one of the most used bots across our ecosystem for the trading by the retail users. That's where we saw a huge success. And we recently launched Get Agent. In our first day, we had almost 24,000 waitlisting. Today, we are one of the most strongest AIs for trading in the industry because it's not your wrapper, it is not your conversational bot. It's an actually data-powered bot that can do very complex tips and tricks in terms of whether your portfolio is built in the right way and give you the recommendations if you want to diversify, if you want to heavily focus on something, and give you more ideas about where the market is moving, or look into different complexities from the liquidity to order book depth and all the other metrics that as a simple human it will take you hours to go research, while bot can do it in a second, which will definitely help you to make most informed decision. And with that, we are also coming into the point, because I've been getting a lot of messages across the Twitter and social media that is with the AI, the trading becomes pay-to-play arena, and how someone without access to this power tool will work. Therefore, at the moment, we made our Get Agent a free tool. We are heavily subsidizing it by ourselves. But this is another question, I think, for another panel to discuss, whether AI is as free and as cheap and as efficient it is, or it is an expensive tool, and if you don't do enough profitable trades, is it even worth to have an AI, and what will be the impact in future? And I think that's a very important question to discuss, because AI, yes, it's super powerful, but also it's very, very expensive to build and to run, and how we gonna capture the return on investment in that front.
Thank you. Tika?
Yeah, so at KuCoin, so we don't just see AI as a chatbot for users. I mean, like, we have chatbots for many years already. Of course, like, we do have to admit that the chatbots now we are having is much more advanced with the use of AI. But the heart of the whole system is about, like, we're going to launch it in Q4, actually. The KuCoin the KuCoin Intelligent Artificial, we call it like Kia. So the whole idea is not just to provide a ordinary chatbot for users to that, because we always think that investment trading is quite lonely, right? I mean, like, you do your own research, and then you trade yourself, you win yourself. You make profit yourself, you make lose yourself. But with Kia, so the idea is to have some to make investment never feel to make your investment, make your trading never alone. So what we have been trying to do is to roll out not just about a standard chatbot service as a chatbot function, but we want to help the users to better facilitate their trades, not just serving as an investment advisor, but also help them to summarize data. So just like what we earlier Andrew just mentioned, what the true power of AI is, they can handle massive information and data in short period of time. So this actually helps a lot of traders, have a lot of users to, like, summarize all the information from the fundamentals of their projects, looking in the charts, looking into trends. So what we're trying to do, we are trying to do a very customized AI agent, AI chatbots for our users, and we are very excited to launch it in the Q4, in the coming Q4, for the alpha version of Kia.
So we can actually see that AI can play a huge role in different, areas, such as, chatbot, customer service, or even as a tool to foster the trading activities. But here comes the third question. AI can be so powerful, right? But it can also, lead to different types of limitations or even downside. So how do you guys see that AI is able to make sure that exchanges can stay reliable or even fair in such a highly competitive environment? Let's start with Vugar.
I think what I'm really excited about future of AI is that AI can help us to achieve a true decentralization, because with the help of AI and self-executed smart contracts, we can build that true decentralized ecosystem that doesn't need a human interference. That is what I believe future brings us. And another key point or downside is that today, as an AI, you can't make a money for yourself, but crypto can actually enable AI modules and agents to have their own wallets and start making money for themselves. And that will be a very interesting way to world to observe, where AI can make a money for themselves, and then it will be more of a question whether AI is still be able to help humans, or it is more of a own-run system, and are we gonna see more AI trading bots that are making money for themselves? Because today we already see a lot of AI-generated social media influencers and businesses that run and make money for other people. But in my opinion, this is like a two more extreme cases about the future, or about the ethics, or about the kind of a downside of an AI. But until we reach that point, I think we are still here for a couple of years to make the most out of the AI as a technology and how it can benefit humanity or benefit the ecosystem in general when it comes to trading and when it comes to crypto in itself.
Thank you. So Tika, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I agree. So I think AI definitely, it should just be a tool. Although it's super powerful, it's like even more powerful than a lot of maybe any of us, to be honest, right? But eventually they do not take any responsibility. So AI is just a tool. AI is not a legal entity. They do not take any legal responsibility. So I think what we have to be very clear is about AI is something just helping us to make decision. AI is a very important tool, very powerful tool to collect and to summarize the complex information, so that for us decision maker and also for regulator and for regulators to do the right decisions. So I mean, from this perspective, I do not think that AI is. I mean, like AI cannot replace a lot of manpower. I mean, there still have to be someone to be in charge. There should be someone to take responsible for what's happening.
That's essentially the counterpoint to the innovation we're seeing. Is it ethical to automate decisioning that could have serious or real-world impact on an individual and their financial status? That's a question we hear all the time during compliance and regulators. But I want to look at the positive side of this perspective right now and talk about how exchanges like us up here are helping to really improve the ecosystem. Guys, think about the markets for the last 9 months and what tokens actually performed and gave you a gain on your investment. And we haven't had an alt season. It's been a very limited year for big wins. But when I look at AI tokens, the communities they're developing, the authenticity of their engagement, not botted, real people actually participating in the audience of that community, they have been some of the best. So if you're an AI project, if you're going to launch a token, if you have any type of way an exchange can work with you and help you grow that audience, bring you to market. Like at WEEX, we have 7 million traders in 150 countries worldwide, and we publish our collateral in over 15 different languages. AI tokens are fantastic. I'd love to meet them all. If you're here at the event, if you see this on the web, check us out on Twitter at WEEX_official. Let's help you get eyeballs on that project, and let's help improve this ecosystem, because like we've said multiple times during this panel, it's very early to look at the negative implications of such an underdeveloped piece of innovation. There is so much runway ahead of us, milestones to cross, goals to achieve, before we really reflect on the negatives. Let's keep it positive, and if you're looking for help, if you're trying to find an audience, come check us out.
Andrew, what's your point of view about the way AI can grow in the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, we don't know, and that's why I love it. It's this kind of open-ended thing where AI has applications in almost every vertical, almost every industry. It's not limited to finance. I know guys that are using AI right now in the medical world to help them improve surgeries and what paths they take when they're doing an open cardiac procedure on a heart's ventricles. So in a nutshell, let's keep an open mind for AI. Let's support every project that makes sense, that complements what it is you want to see from the industry, and help these tokens grow, because I think the sky is the limit for the potential of how we can apply AI in not just crypto and finance, but the world.
Vugar, would you think AI is kind of like unpredictable, or is there any words that you can use to describe the way that AI, like the way that we can foresee how AI grows in the next few years?
I think when we talk about growth, the AI's growth and speed is super high, and it's very, very interesting, and I believe we will achieve more. I think still the way AI is operating today, or the way AI is smart today, isn't actually that smart. But it doesn't mean it won't get that smart. And I always joke among my friends, until AI gets smart enough to do a rug pull, we are still safe. And I think that's my point. We are still safe in the next 2-3 years, because I don't think that AI is smart to make a decision, pull the trigger. But AI is definitely here to help us to make a better decision. And if we keep thinking of an AI as a tool that will help us to make the world a better place, it is definitely be like that. But if we want to kind of outsource everything to AI, and I think that is the biggest danger we should think about.
Sounds good. So, Tika, what do you think about the future of how AI is going to implement in fostering the crypto trading activities in the market?
Yeah, I agree. Just like what you just mentioned, AI is still very early. We are still doing all these ChatGPT things in just like 1.5 years time. So we still can't tell, and we cannot see the ceiling of potentials of AI usage, but particularly in crypto trading, we are already seeing a lot of real use case already. Just like what I mentioned, we are going to implement AI as a trading tool to help investors, to help traders to make easier decisions. I think this trend is going to grow much more faster. I mean, like, no one is hoping that AI is turning into Terminator like in 5 or 10 years time, right? But at least nowadays, if we just like Vugar just mentioned, if we shall not like outsource everything to AI, but instead we treat it as a very useful tool, and and in the end we gotta be ethical and we gotta be responsible for every decision we make.
I think the perfect analogy to sum this up, just to make it real simple, the motor vehicle was not released with a seatbelt. It wasn't released with a backup camera, and it certainly didn't drive itself to your destination based on GPS coordinates. The evolution of the motor vehicle parallels what is going to be possible with AI. It is a vehicle to improve multiple verticals in every sector of the world economy, and crypto will play a significant part in helping those edge cases, those problem solution fits, raise capital, build audience, and find a demographic of consumers that want to use that tool. Thank you.
Well, I think Andrew really gives a very good wrap up for our panel today. And this is the end of the panel. Thank you very much for everyone being here. And of course, thank you to our panelists for giving such great, thoughtful insights. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of Taipei Blockchain Week. And see you soon. Thank you.
See you next year.